With that said, let's jump into our topic of discussion today, providing you some context. I think one of the key pieces of context here is that GitHub is a massive, a massive piece of infrastructure in terms of coding. GitHub has seen a large amount of growth since its creation. If you look at the right hand of the side of the slide, you can see stats from 2020's State of the Octaverse. This is GitHub's annual report on metrics across the year. Last year alone, there were basically 60 million developers making almost 2 billion contributions across GitHub, and well over half of Fortune 50 companies use GitHub, nearly 75%. So this large volume of activity has been followed by a growth in threat actors exfiltrating data. This has resulted in everything from supply-side attacks to consumer data leakage. And when you think about it, hackers are just attracted to any place where there's a lot of data. Wherever there's a high volume of activity, there's the opportunity for threat actors to siphon data. And hackers are aided by the fact that large volumes of data are actually made public through leakage and other mistakes. We'll talk about that briefly in a second. But first, we want to define the context around what is a secret. So secrets are tokens that allow access to confidential data. These could be things like API keys for systems like AWS or GCP, or for services like Twilio or Zendesk, access token like OAuth tokens, cryptographic keys like RSA, PGP, SSH, certificates and passwords as well. In some cases, what you might have is a PII or PHI directly embedded in code. For example, like IP addresses or email addresses. In cases of more detailed PII, you could have what is a data exposure event or a compliance violation, which could lead to compliance fines. So how common is this problem? Well, according to research at North Carolina State University, almost 2,000 secrets leak daily. This data comes from a 6-month survey of public GitHub repos. The vast majority of secrets that this team found were API keys, encryption keys, access tokens. If you look at the table on the right, you can see the most popular services that are affected: Google, Twitter, AWS, Facebook. And then if you look at the table as well, you can see that the number of unique secrets is actually smaller than the number of total secrets. And what this means is that in many cases, a secret was actually duplicated several times across the company's repos. And then via a random sampling of their own results, the team found that nearly 90% of all secrets that were leaking were sensitive. We at Nightfall, as a secrets detection tool, have found a variety of things like AWS access key IDs, secret access keys, GCP service account key files, and third-party API keys for services like Stripe and Zendesk.